Andrew McCarthy, outstanding legal scholar, speaking on Fox earlier today, he's making the point that they still haven't been able to prove that there was any intention of committing a crime, which you kind of need, right? I'm not a lawyer. I'm an economics person, but I understand some basics here. Let's go to McCarthy.
They haven't come close to proving that fraud has taken place. And they don't just have to prove that fraud has taken place. They have to prove that it was fraud that included a specific intent to commit another crime, which we believe is a federal campaign finance crime. It's astonishing that we can't say that with complete certainty. That's supposed to be spelled out in the indictment. But there's not a scintilla of evidence that Trump was even thinking about federal campaign law, let alone that they conspired to violate it. And I think it's important to make this distinction. You know, you can make an agreement, which, as Jonathan just said, is a legal arrangement to not disclose or to try to bury politically embarrassing information. You could absolutely intend to do that. That doesn't mean that you were even thinking about the federal campaign finance laws, much less willfully violating them beyond a reasonable doubt, which is what Bragg has to prove here to get a conviction, at least as a matter of law. Whether they can sway the jury is another matter.
Okay, so that's really interesting. Whether or not you can sway the jury is another matter entirely, knowing who the jury is, etc. But I think that there's still, even knowing who this jury is, and look, anything can happen, and then it goes to appeals court, blah, blah, blah. I'm still like, why the heck did they bring this case? Why would you bring this case when your star witness is a guy who's lied and lied and lied? He's lied to the IRS. He's lied to Congress. He's lied to everyone. He lied to his own banker. He lies, all right? This is what this guy does when he's not on TikTok trying to sell his merch. He lies. I'm talking about Michael Cohen, and I think I can quite definitively say that without saying any allegations of lies. I mean, they're actual lies. Lies so much that even over on MSNBC, they're talking about this. They have the representative from New York, Dan Goldman, who does nothing but carry Biden's water all day long, Biden and Hunter's. And yet even he is saying this guy's a flat out liar. I mean, I don't know how the jury's ever going to believe him. Watch Representative Goldman.
Because the DA knows that they are going to have to corroborate him because he is an admitted perjurer. He is an admitted liar. He has testified inconsistently on the stand, so he's either lying one time or the other, and he will be really skewered on cross-examination for that. So in order to use him effectively, they are going to rely heavily on that recording, where he's very much corroborated about what he says about Karen McDougal, and they're going to rely very much on the consistent statements that he made with all of the other witnesses. It remains to be seen today on cross-examination whether he can hold up and accept responsibility for lying on the stand before or lying to Congress. And he will say, of course, yes, I lied, and I did that for Donald Trump, your client, and that'll be effective. The technical defenses or the technical aspects of the case do remain to be seen.
In other words, he's talking about what McCarthy was talking about. The technical aspects of the case remain to be seen because we don't know what the heck they're even trying him for. They haven't really been able to prove out exactly what they're going after Donald Trump for. And yet they wanted to put him in a courtroom, ladies and gentlemen, for 4 out of 5 days a week, keep him off the campaign trail, and hopefully keep him away from the Oval Office in their minds. And yet they've failed spectacularly. I mean, really, really failed. You saw the latest polls just out this week, a New York Times poll showing he's leading in 5 out of 6 swing states. And he's leading by a lot. So much so that CNN actually declared it a disaster for his campaign. They're relying on this tape. You heard the tape. You heard what was said on that tape. Don't tell me that's all you got, ladies and gentlemen. You have a problem.